and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Universal Santa Claus Lens today with our lovely Santa Claus hats
Christmas
on.
edition.
Christmas edition. I know we said Merry Christmas last time because we didn't think we were going to film another one or tape another episode, but here we are. We squeezed one in.
Here we are.
So as we're wearing our lovely...
To quote the great Joe
Hat.
Pesci in the movie,
the great Joe Pesci.
oh my
Pesci.
God, My Cousin Vinny, where he goes, I wore this ridiculous thing for you.
Exactly. That was a great movie. So, as we wear our hats, try not to laugh at us, but we're doing it because we are in the festive Christmas mood.
Yes.
And if you don't celebrate Christmas, wear whatever hat you would like to hat or whatever hat you like to wear.
I had a choice between a Hanukkah hat or a sexy leopard.
I'm sorry, I've never seen a Hanukkah hat. What's a Hanukkah hat? It's a yarmulke?
That's right, it's a yarmulke.
It's a yarmulke.
No, it's a Hanukkah Santa hat.
Oh, is it really?
Remember you said you have the blue.
Oh, that's from Seton Hall, actually. The blue. It would make sense. Blue and white, right? It tends to be the Hanukkah colors are blue and white. But it's actually, my son goes to Seton Hall and the colors are blue and white. And we were there for a Christmas tree lighting a few weeks back and they gave out free Santa hats. So I have 2 blue and white hats upstairs. So I said, Henry, do you want the leopard hat, the sexy leopard hat? I said, do you want the blue and white hat?
Yeah, and obviously this matches my underwear. So
yes, when you think of Henry.
This matches my underwear, so
you think of sexy.
Yeah. I'm too sexy for my clothes.
So
we're here, bro.
Merry Christmas to all.
Made it.
Yes, we made it. We made it, and I'm gonna be a little bit heavier probably by the time we come around to next week. Now, Christmas Eve's at my mother's house. Christmas Day is at my house. The day after is at my sister-in-law's house. That's 3 days of eating. And even if I try to be good, it's just gonna be hard to not. The cookies have already gotten the best of me a little bit, I had been doing very well with my diet, but the last couple of weeks have gotten just, you don't realize you have one here, you have one there, so everything's kind of paused a little bit, but that's okay.
You have to up the exercise.
I've noticed there's only so much exercise that I can do.
There's only so much eating you can do.
Yeah, no, I'm not eating. It's not that I'm eating a lot. It's just I've had a couple of extra cookies lately, but it's all right because I'm actually consciously eating the cookie. I know I'm eating. I'm like, all right. It's the spirit of the holiday, and I want to have that cookie. It's not doing me any harm or anything. So I would have the cookie. But I love walking, so I can only walk so much because eventually the joints start beating on you when you start doing 3-4 miles a day. After a while, you gotta ease up a little bit.
We'll get back to the regular scheduled program.
Yeah. Starting on January 2nd. Well, not even once those 3 days pass. I could detox a little bit. But I'm gonna enjoy myself for those 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. This isn't a gluttony. I'm not gonna be overindulged.
A glutonian.
Yes, but I will. My mother makes a homemade pizza, so I'm gonna have some of that, of course.
Let me tell you, experience that, right?
Exactly. What's the point? I want to experience the holidays for what they are. So anyway, we're here, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah. So we're up. We're ready. I mean, 24th is at my house, and it's a large enough crew. It's not exactly like out the door, but large enough crew. And I'm actually looking forward. Again, it's hard to explain what the hell's going on in my mind, but I'm probably in the most stressful situation I've been in 14 years or so, 15 years or so. And I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to the holidays. I'm looking forward to everything. I'm
looking forward to being present.
Yeah, I'm digesting things differently.
Because you're not going down memory lane, and you're not going too far into the future, and you're actually experiencing life as it's happening, in spite of the realities of life as they're unfolding, and you're navigating things. What's what I'm looking for? What's the point of? What's the benefit of going down
the
that road?
Freakouts.
What's the point of following the rabbit down that hole?
Yeah.
What's the benefit of it? It's not to say you're ignoring the issue, because that doesn't do any benefit, but you're just not allowing the issues in life to consume you.
Yeah. And, to talk a little bit about the elephant, to say the elephant in the room is like I get the sense that, given that I think I read the other day, credit card debt is up at the highest level it's ever been in the USA. I think it was over $1 trillion something.
I think that number just beats itself every day at this point.
Right. So given that clue and given the other clues with inflation, whatever the hell, and people, just let's just say financial woes strike every American household or the majority of American households. I just, I want to take this moment because we're in a very festive mode. I would say, we're recording this and today is Friday, the 22nd. Independent of when it comes out, means tomorrow's Saturday, the 23rd. We're gonna.
Yeah, I probably won't get it out till the day after Christmas.
We're cruising into Christmas Eve, and now usually is when these feelings of okay, the air has a different quality to it where it's less work. Nobody's working. It's one of those.
It gets quieter. Yeah, right? It's a quieter work week. Sure.
I want to take advantage of this moment to just kind of the message that I want to get out is a very heartfelt message. Is it's not about the gifts. It's not about the money. Quite frankly, like we said in prior episodes, of course you need money. You need money to live. Of course, that's the way our society is built.
Unfortunately,
right? And no, just
oh no, I'm just saying, it'd be nice if it wasn't.
Neither, because then it would be I gave you an iPhone and you only gave me that water, man. It would always be something to.
Yeah, I guess somebody will come up with a better system one day.
Remember when I gave you that, but you gave me the water? Hey man, can you give me a book too? Like, no, man. You're always gonna have this situation, But if you get down to it, like we get caught up in these rituals, these society rituals, right? Where hey, if you're doing Christmas in your house, we can't show up to John's house without a gift. Or hey, if the Belchers are coming over,
says who?
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's these societal stresses that happen upon us, and I want to say this just to put it out there. Be like, look, when you get together with family, it shouldn't be about the gift. I mean, and I'm using the word shouldn't, and it's because, and I'm not trying to say that as a funny thing. I'm trying to say is, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not even saying people should do. No, what I'm trying to say is, look beyond the gift. Like, look beyond the gift. Say, fuck gifts. Actually, we should make a rule. We say, don't bring gifts. Whoever brings a gift is getting out of my house. Because you remove that stupidity.
And you actually. So if people really want to experience the beauty of a holiday, of like what Christmas is, right? I get it. Christmas, Santa Claus brings the kids gifts. I understand all that, and it was a great experience when I was younger. It's fun to when you have little kids to see them open a little present. Okay, but as you get older, you start to realize, okay, that's not what the holiday is really about, right? The holiday is not about just gift giving. It's there's different levels you can look at it. You can look at it from a religious point if you're very religious, right? The birth of Christ. That's basically what it's kind of built around, right? But I look at it as, and I think this is what you're trying to get at, is it's about family. It's about people getting together. It's about being around loved ones, friends, people you care about. It's about celebrating a day together. Yeah. It's not about what I'm bringing to your house with you. I've had this conversation with my wife too, right? It's like, okay, I have a room that looks like I had fucking 30 elves walking in my house, and I'm like, what? I don't get it. Like, I'm like, it gets to a point where your holiday is being consumed by buying and doing, and you're not experiencing it. Yeah. When you think you're experiencing it for those 4 minutes when you're opening gifts on the morning, and then maybe a little bit part of that day, but the whole season, you've been in stress mode. I got to do this. I got to buy them. I got to buy them. I got to buy them. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. That's not what the holiday was about. It was never about that until I think in modern society, just the mentality of things today, spend more, buy more, spend more, buy more. And this isn't a financial or political, angle, but we lose the actual essence of what the holiday was about. So we had episodes about doing and being, right? Mm-hmm. So doing is where you're just on autopilot, doing, and you lose the presence in your life. Yeah. Presence, CE, not TS at the end, not presence as in gifts. You lose the presence. My Brooklyn accent, I gotta make that. Sometimes I chew those letters at the end. You lose the presence in your life. This holiday has become, for a lot of people I know, a holiday of doing. Do. And there's no more being in the holiday. There's no more experiencing it. There's no more presence in the holiday, as in being aware and watching and experiencing and just not making it about giving something to somebody or giving a gift or giving gifts or spending X amount of money on people, but actually experiencing their company, experiencing the day with them, experiencing the holiday season with them. And I mean, we're not trying to go on a non-gift giving rant, but there's a lot of people in life who are in positions where they feel they must, and that's what you said before, right? Should, am I wrong?
Right.
They should, must, have to
They're following
bring so many gifts, spend so much money on
Yeah.
somebody because I have to give them something. Are you not tainting like the point of the holiday?
The way I see, yes.
I mean,
according to me.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give somebody a gift, we're not saying you shouldn't give. That's wrong to you. No, you want to give somebody a gift. Absolutely. I've given gifts to people for holidays. Even this year, I'm going to give some gifts to people. But it's not about that. But it's about when it's a stress in your life, and you want to be with people maybe, and you want to be around family, or you want to be, but you only have so much in means because we live in a society where the means are what we have to spend and you have to put yourself in hock. Hock meaning, I don't know, that's maybe a word for my day, where you put yourself in debt. Like, I'm going to rack up $3,000 in credit card debt just to buy gifts that I can't afford. There's other ways you can show people appreciation. You could make something for them, right? You bring a dessert to somebody's house. I mean, there's so many things you could do. You
could stare at them square in the eyes and say, I appreciate, thank you so much for everything.
That's it. That's
worth everything.
Yeah.
That's worth everything.
It's a superficial way. It's a superficial mentality that's kind of taken over the holiday, where it's about the gifts you give. And look, a lot of it is, right, advertising or everything. People have been sold that Christmas is this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, your Mother's Tuesday. It's like one after another, like sale. Okay. I get society needs money, and I get companies need to make money. I understand all that, guys. We're not being ignorant to that fact. We understand that. But how much of the holiday spirit or the holiday being, as I like to say, or presence, I like to say, is being lost in that? How much of it? Like, how much more stress do people have where they're not enjoying the holiday as they can be, not should be, as they absolutely can be, because they're stressed that they got to get Timmy and Tommy and Vito and Nikki and Sal and Lisa and Maria. I'm Italian, so stick with me. You know, and everybody else, you know, a gift. And it's like, it's like Christmas isn't about showing up with arms full of gifts. It's about showing up. You want to give somebody a great gift? Show up for them. Be there for them. You have a friend who's having a hard time this year? Invite them over your house. You have somebody who you know who's struggling. Do something for them. Be there for them. That's the greatest gift. The greatest gift you could give somebody is the gift of yourself. I don't know. Maybe I'm a purist, and maybe you could tell me I'm nuts. You could tell me I'm crazy. I'm not realistic. That's how I see life. That's how, especially this holiday. As much as, yes, I will buy somebody a gift. I'm not saying I don't, but if it's a point where it's something that's stressful for you because you're in, it's not about that. And if somebody loves you, I doubt they're expecting you to come with a box wrapped with something in their hands.
Yeah. But societal norms.
Yeah, exactly.
But societal norms
makes it hard.
Say that there you are receiving this gift and you have nothing for that person, and so now societal norms say you feel like shit because you have nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like shit. The other person doesn't want you to feel like shit, and you shouldn't be feeling like shit, but society has impressed this upon us, and here we are.
Yeah.
And I think that another thing that society has done is desensitized. It has desensitized us, where I said before, you look somebody square in the eye and you thank them. That's enough.
Oh, for me, that's
enough.
That's like dropping $1 million
right
and putting it in a box.
And and especially, if it's a meaningful thanks and you feel it,
yeah,
that's great. We've desensitized to the point that we almost can't do that. We're like, what I mean, let me take you to a situation, right? So, like in my house, I'm gonna take you right to my house. I want you to. It happens that you know how my living room is set up. So we set up in the living room, and the Christmas tree is off in the corner, and we all kind of make a circle, and we leave the middle empty.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we do it is we take turns, and we say, okay, one gift at a time, so that we all watch that person.
Yeah.
I'm the MC, so I give out the gifts, and my brother-in-law is my cohort, so he gives me the gift. So he prepares because it's literally a whole bunch. So he gives it to me, and I say, okay, this is for. So now, if I take this practice and I say, everybody sitting around this situation is mindful. So, not unconscious. These are all very conscious, mindful people. You could eliminate all the gifts, eliminate them all, and say each to each one. Say, I want one of you. It's going to be your turn to stand up in the circle in the center and thank everybody around for
Whatever.
a particular thing. That would be an incredible for me.
That would be a great tradition to start, nonetheless.
Right? It'd be for me, because you take that desensitization and just shut up. Society is not going to dictate what I do. I'm going to dictate what I do, what I feel is right, what I feel is the correct thing to do. And I know that person shouldn't be buying. I don't even know if he shouldn't be buying gifts, because I know he's got other things to tend to. I want that person. I don't care about anything else. And I hope I know that person wants that for me, because what am I going to give him? Here, a new pair of socks again?
I get it.
Now, turn it around. If you want to give a gift, give a gift. Fantastic.
Absolutely, yes.
But
isn't about not
society puts this
pressure.
But
that pressure only becomes a reality if we are not, if we're not aware, if we're not conscious, if we're not mindful. That's when it becomes a reality, because we're not, at that point, we're just absorbing what we're being told with nobody paying attention to what we're learning. Like, it's like we're just being told things, and there's no filter, and we just absorb it all. But with mindfulness, you kind of realize that, and you could see that, and you could understand it. Maybe you could understand if you're a person who practices mindfulness, and you're aware, and you're a spiritual person, not religious necessarily, but a spiritual person, where you understand that there's something greater than just our thinking mind. Maybe you're probably going to understand this a lot better than what we're saying, right? That it's not about just the gifts and the stresses of the gifts, but it's something greater than that. And I love that tradition. And I actually might start that with my family tomorrow on Christmas Day, my wife's family, when they're all here. I actually might start that with my wife's family, because I think that crowd will probably do it. But it's a great thing. It's a great way for people to show their appreciation for others without having to wrap it in a bow and stress about, going out and buying something for somebody. Because I'll have that, Dad, what do you want for Christmas? Nothing. John, what do you want for Christmas? I don't want nothing. Guys, I don't want to give. It's not that I don't need things. I know the stress that it causes. I don't know what to get you. So when somebody says to you, I don't know what to get you, right there, my alarm bells are going off. See, you've lost the spirit of what this holiday is about. You're stressing what I've got to get, what you've got to get me, which means you're worried about me opening up a present more than you're concerned about spending the day with me. Like, that's not what it's about. Yeah. Sure, again, right, going back to it, a gift is nice. It's not that it's not. I understand that, especially for the little kids. They get all excited. I get that. We're talking like, listen, when we grow up a little bit, and now now the holidays become a stressful situation and not a joyous situation anymore. And I know last week we talked about how when I experienced, like, I lost that feeling, but I found joy in the holiday. I think that's when my mentality really started to change, even about the whole gifting. Because before, I used to wrap my mind around the smells, the sights, the sounds, and like buying presents. Like, I want to see your face when you open this gift. Like, and here's the best part. If you were excited, successful Christmas. If you weren't, my fucking day was ruined. So my day gets ruined because you open up a gift and you're not having the
expected reaction.
The reaction that my mind is saying. When my girlfriend at the time opens this gift, she is going to flip the F out. And when she doesn't, my mind says, epic fail. Now I've lost complete joy for that moment of the holiday. So my experience on this holiday being a joyous, fun, present with again, present, not as a present, is predicated on how you react to a bow, wrapping paper, and a box you open. Tell me that a conscious person doesn't look at that and say, okay, there's an issue there.
Yeah.
There's an issue there, right?
It's
and not to the person's fault that they opened it and they're trying to do something wrong, but I'm going to ruin my holiday because you're not having the reaction that I want.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to realize, well, hold on a second, I could spend all the money in the fucking world.
Yes.
And if unless I feel like I did something fantastic for you when you open it up, like, oh my God, you're the best. Unless you gave me that, like my day was, so I was so intertwined with what my mind was saying had to happen with that reaction that I completely lost touch with what was actually happening. Me being there, experiencing this day with you, and you could probably put that for an anniversary, for birthdays, or anything. But like it's Christmas time, so that's why we kind of came to this. Right?
Yeah, because usually it's not like, so if it's your birthday, it's a one-on-one. If it's your anniversary, it's a one-on-one. This is like we're a group
of people.
This is where more social norms now kick in. So like
you're on display.
Oh yeah. So like it's social norms with steroids everywhere, because literally, what is she gonna think? And it's this multiplication of social norms, and you're like, because we only got him socks, and there they are. They're giving us this remote control. I'm like,
you feel lesser. Your mind makes you believe that you're lesser than because you spent less money on a gift.
And then it becomes about spending X amount per person because you don't want to show this person you care less or more than the other. Oh my God.
And by the way, for everybody out there that's saying that, oh, that's not us, I'm going to call bullshit. I'm going to call bullshit to all the people in the audience, whoever's listening, that if you say that's not you, okay, not everybody. If you're aware enough, I think that, yes, you've gotten to that point where you realize it's beyond that. But a majority of people, I'm going to call bullshit. And they're going to, and I'm going to say that, tell me you haven't had that happen to you, even in the most recent of holidays, right? I can't. Oh my God. Look what they gave mom and dad. We're only spending this much. It's okay. So now you're ruining your holiday because somebody might have spent $10 more for whatever reason, whatever it might be. That's not what it's about. And if the person accepting the gift, by the way, is any sort of a human being, a moral, loving human being, they're not going to give a shit what's in the box when they open it. If they love you, they're going to love you if they open the box and it's a picture of a heart and says, I love you. For me, that will make me cry over keys to a new. You can give me keys to a Ferrari, and somebody opens and says, I love you. Yeah. You mean so much to me. That I love you, you mean so much to me would hit me so much harder than the most expensive gifts in the world.
Agreed. As a matter of fact, I have every single one of those, because my kids used to make those when they were little, in school, they come in.
Yeah.
I have every single one of those inside in my armoire of all those gifts that they used to give me. I need to put them there because those are gifts. Those are gifts.
Yeah, they were thought it was something that they made with their hands. Yeah, show daddy I love you.
Those are gifts. Now, if you come around and be like, well, I thought you'd like that tie because it goes.
It's nice. I appreciate it. Right. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you don't want to make somebody feel like it's unappreciated, but
it's different.
It's not what it's
about.
It's
different. So these norms that have been thrusted upon us. These norms have been thrusted upon us.
Sure, by society.
And we follow along because who are we not to, right? And you said something. You said, I might start that tradition. And you know what? Good for you. I hope you start it. And I'm going to say I would love to start it, but my crew is not there yet.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. What? So even if your crew's not there yet, let's feel uncomfortable doing it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And you start, and you know what? You start to cross boundaries, and
I think
you start to change the way you look at things.
I think that if
we're going to wait for them to be ready, there's never a right time to practice something beneficial like that. Like it's not gonna be when everybody's ready, we're all gonna do it. No, let's do it now. It's gonna be awkward. Sure, it'll be awkward because you're not used to doing it this way. It's something different. When something is different, it's awkward. When something is awkward and uncomfortable, it's usually in your benefit. It usually means you're growing, you're changing, you're evolving into something greater than what you've been told has to be.
I couldn't agree with you more.
There you go.
And it's going to be a little bit awkward. It might be a little bit awkward, a little
Sure.
bit uncomfortable
Of
because.
course.
But here's the worst, the most cynical fucking part that I hate about this is
Bad Santa.
that if I were to do this one-on-one, each individual person would feel the love and and you would feel that connection.
Yeah.
But when you do it on a group,
because some people are they're even more uncomfortable in group setting.
When you do it on a group, you're like, oh, look at this guy, or you're gonna get the chime. You're like, all right. But if you were to do this one-on-one, it would break somebody's heart. Be like, thank you.
It would take for one person to shed a tear for that to stop. Like, not shed a tear out of sadness, but shed a tear out of.
He's got the right idea.
Out of you've touched me, right? Like when I have conversations with people and you see a tear in their eyes, okay, I know I've touched the nerve, right? And not in a bad way, like means that emotion is a telling one for me. Like if I'm talking to you and I say something to you and your eyes well up when I'm talking to you, it means I've touched something that you value and that you care about. Yeah. I've gotten to somewhere beyond your superficial,
You play me like a piano then, because every time you talk to me about
no, but like so like if somebody's talking and you see that tear, it's genuine. That there's something that you struck a chord with that person.
There's no bullshit there.
There's no bullshit there, right? Yeah. That's how you know. So it would just take one person, I think, to do that. Like if I did it in my group, I'd probably be the person. My chords, like I wear my emotions on sleeve, even my values. Like I don't hide how I feel about things, so it's not hard for me. And I'm a very empathetic person, so I feel like if somebody's being very, very honest with me and very like pure, and they're just bearing their soul to me, I feel that. And it doesn't take much for me to cry along with them or even before them sometimes, because I could feel somebody's pain before they're feeling it a lot of times. And you believe in it. It's a gift and a curse. Yeah, you believe in it. You believe in being empathetic or not. Like I consider myself an empath, but whatever. Believe it or don't believe it, I know because I could feel it and it sucks at times. But I mean, it's also a great. I think it's just a beautiful thing because I can really feel like this person is is being pure and honest. Like they're bearing their souls, and I could feel they're bearing their souls. So anyway, if you do it, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great. Yeah, you might get a couple people going to say that. Oh, look at him. Oh, Joni loves Chachi. Like something. You're going to get that. Wow, it's happy days for anybody out there that remember it. Yeah. And you might get somebody who does that. But if they do it, okay, laugh it off and go and just keep it going. And it'll. By the time it's done, I'd be surprised if most of the people didn't say, wow, you know what? That was awesome. That was nice.
That's probably
we had fun. Maybe we joked around, but it was nice.
That's probably the highlight. Yeah. Because it's the realest, most pure moment. It wasn't light chit chat. It wasn't, or the Ravens or the Giants going to win. It was as real and as legit as it gets. And I think that's going to be what they remember. Because they can't even tell you what gift they opened last year. But they'll remember that. And
you know how you should do it? So I was just thinking about this. Like, in order to be, and I don't know how we ended up on this, but this is actually pretty good. In order to be fair about who the person you're going to speak about is, right? Because it'd be like, I'm going to talk about my wife, my wife's going to talk about my son, my son's going to talk about... No. Randomly select who sits next to who. So you might, like, it'd be easy for me to say something really great about my wife, right?
The way it ended up.
Like, there's it. The person to your right or left, you pick whichever one, and I would determine that before you start this. Right or left before, right? This way, you don't, whoever ends up on that side is the person is, and you pick out of a hat and you go, okay, this first, second, third, all the way around. And that person on that side, you have to say something about them, and you go all the way around to everybody. So it could be my son could be next to me, my sister-in-law could be next to me, my nephew's girlfriends could be next to me, right? So who I know, and I have to say something about what they mean to me. couple of sentences. Nothing. You don't have to go on a. You don't have to put a a paragraph together or make a you know a sonnet or some sort of a poem about them. But something simple. Hey, blank. I just want to say thank you for being a great girlfriend to my nephew. Whatever. Thank you for being there for them. Thank you for being part of our family. Thank you for always being. We love you and thank you. And that's it. And next. And she's got it. And that person, you go all the way around. I think that would be nice. I think doing that, by the time you're done, you're going to, that room is going to feel a lot closer than it was when it first came in. There's going to be a sense of appreciation for everybody in there that goes beyond the bows and the pretty paper and the pretty name tags that come on the beautiful wrapped gifts that they're all going to probably bring anyway. But that's going to be like, what you're going to remember isn't going to be what Uncle Joe got from Aunt Sally. It's going to be like what Aunt Sally said about, cousin Tommy.
Right.
And like, wow, that was great. And then what cousin Tommy said about Henry, and what Henry said about, about John, and what John said about, Paula. And it's like, wow, like, all of a sudden we've taken this to a whole different level of being connected with that person.
100%.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Try it. What do you got to lose?
Yeah.
20 minutes, then you go back to eating. Don't worry about it. I promise.
No. I mean, I you know what? I'm looking so forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to the looks I'm going to get, especially for my wife.
But the looks are your mind is again, right? It's our mind. The voice is telling us what?
It's easier not to do it.
It's easier not to do it, right? What were we talking about before? If you're working on something and your mind says, "Go get a cup of chocolate milk." Right? I got the chocolate milk. Come back. I got to finish working on this. Oh, the dishwasher's on. Because it's easier to get up and unload the dishwasher than it is to focus on what you're working on. It's easier to get a chocolate milk than focus on what you're working on. It's easier to say, let's not do it, than to feel uncomfortable doing it. Because remember, uncomfortable is where progress is made. That's the only way. It's the only way progress is made when you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I know this. This is. I don't know how much of a Christmas episode it is now, but
no, it all fits.
It all fits.
Yeah, and actually, it's funny because, like my kids know me as the sentimental, empath, right? Yeah. But they also know me as, unfortunately, like I'm the hard ass. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately,
it's weird. It's weird. Like in my house,
because you're an empath doesn't mean you can't be stern, right? Or
it's weird. In my house, my wife is the hard ass in the sense daily, but you get used to her. She's always complaining. But when my father raises, okay, he's not messing around. So
it's like the dog that barks all the time,
right? So like I'm that guy, but I'm also the guy where you can tell me anything and hit me here, and then I'll start to cry, and then I'm all of that,
Okay.
So
it's great.
This year we have a very like the reason I framed it with saying that in the beginning was just to let you know how we are, because it's not just me. Like I think I have set the tone for my family where we receive strangers openly. And when I mean strangers, I mean like, hey, you. No, I mean like
that's very nice of you.
Like if you're coming over and you say, Henry, I got this, he's a friend of mine, he just going through some hard times, and do you mind if he spends Christmas with us? I don't know him, but he's your friend.
So he's welcome.
Say no more.
Yeah.
So I have a situation like that this year.
Oh, okay.
And, without saying details, because I don't want this person to feel uncomfortable, but
absolutely.
If this person is watching, I am totally looking forward, because this person doesn't have anywhere to go for Christmas. Not that this person is a loser. Not at all. You've got to shit together.
Situations are what they are in life.
But let's just say family issues.
Yeah.
And absolutely. Come right over. And I'm actually looking forward to having this external presence in the room, because that person is having family issues. So you take it for granted because you can make fun of me when I say I'm grateful for you. You're gonna make fun, but that person is going through a situation where you motherfuckers are making fun. Like you have family, like you have a good situation here, and this, you kind of make light of it. That person will be a good let's say, anchor, so that you're not going to act a fool when you know that this guy's here because, again, family issues, and there you are making fun of, or let's say making light of the fact that I'm going to be very, let's say.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just the mind again telling us.
I look forward to the external.
Yeah, and I think that's great. So I think that's a great gift to give. You're giving the gift of welcoming somebody into your home on a holiday who doesn't have, for one reason or the other, somewhere to go that holiday. You're giving somebody a place to go for. If there is no greater gift in the world than that, opening your doors and opening your heart, opening your family to somebody in need of wanting to spend the holidays with somebody and not be alone. Okay, what greater gift is there?
Right.
What greater gift is there?
And I'll tell you the truth, because I know this person. I don't know him well, but for the past, I know who he is. I look at it. It's weird because I don't look at it as I'm giving him the gift. Like, I'm totally, let's say, I'm gonna use the word grateful. I'm grateful
that he's coming.
Yeah, that
I got you. I understand.
Not only did he, maybe we weren't his choice, but I'm grateful that he sees us that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that because that's the kind of house at home you want to cultivate.
Yeah. I agree. I agree 100%. I think that's exactly what we're saying. That's what this holiday really should be about. Like, you want to give a great gift to somebody, or I mean, I know you're grateful that they're coming, but you want to give a great gift to somebody. Do something like that, and see how it feels for you. I don't care what you got somebody or how excited they got about opening a gift. See how it feels when that person walks in, looks you in the eyes, and is thankful for being there. Tell me there's a better feel. Tell me you'll have a better feeling over it. That won't be a better feeling than any gift you open up that day.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt.
There's no doubt.
Like you said, honestly, you could put the keys to a Ferrari.
Yeah, and this isn't knocking anybody who got people gifts. Again, even my wife, if she's listening, she's like, "You motherfucker, I got you gifts."
Right.
It's not. No, I appreciate all the gifts. It's great. It's fun. It's beautiful. All that stuff. But we're trying to.
It's a deeper thing.
Yeah, it's a deeper thing, and that's what, like, everything we've been talking about for 55 episodes, whatever it is exactly that. It's looking at life through a different lens, right? The mindful lens, the aware lens, the present lens, to realize that life isn't what we're told it is. Life is what is happening. Life is what is happening now, not what our mind thinks. People could tell us how things have to be, right? We were brought up a certain way, thinking things have to be a certain way. All of a sudden, one day you wake up and you go, no, it doesn't have to be like that, does it? Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be like that. So then why do I believe that it has to be like that? I don't have to experience this holiday by gift-giving mania, right? Or stressing over it. I want to experience this holiday just for being with people. Like, I was at my sister-in-law's house today, and she's wrapping gifts, and I gotta get this one. I got time, and I'm his gifts, and I gotta wrap her gifts, and I gotta wrap their gifts, and I lost the gift in my house. I don't know where it went. I'm like, oh my Lord! I'm like, it's like, I love my wife, and she listens to our episodes, so I know she's gonna hear this. She's the same thing. Like, oh my God, I wrap the gifts. I gotta wrap the gifts. I gotta go buy this gift. I gotta go buy that gift. I gotta do the menu. I gotta do this. And there are things that are important. Like, we're gonna have a dinner with a family. So yes, there are things we have to do. I'm gonna be making bread, and we're gonna be making pizzas, and we're gonna be making food, and there's a lot of work. But for us, okay, that'll be, even though it's work, it's fun. But the stressing of everything else, it's like, like for me. And I don't know how popular this statement's going to be, and whatever, it is what it is, right? This is how I just see the world. I always say, at a certain age, the gift giving should slow down. And it's not for the money, it's for, we're losing the point of the holiday now. When they're, again, I stress the point when they're kids, because kids see the world through such a pure, fun lens. Like, and we should never change that, by the way. But so, yeah, you want to keep it magical. So you give the kids a couple of gifts to open on Christmas morning. For them, it's part of that experience. But as we get older, right? and things start to change, and you start to realize things, and you start to see things differently. We don't have to become cynical. You could keep that beautiful feeling of the holiday if you want on one level or the other, right? You can find the joy in it. Doesn't have to be this magical feeling as we get older. But to realize that, hey, how about we just experience a holiday with each other and not stress about, like, I got to get them gifts. 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 What'd you get your mother? What'd you get my mother? What'd you get your father? Did you get your mother something else? Yeah, I got my mother something else. You got your mother, you got your mother something else. And it's like, how about we just all show up with a card and go like this, here, I love you. Or just walk in the door and go, I fucking love you, and I'm always here for you. Come on in, drink all my wine. Yeah. That's it. Like, done. You're good. Come on. Eat whatever you want. Drink whatever you want. Yeah. You're welcome. That's it. Beautiful.
And I'm so happy to be here.
And I'm so happy to be here.
And that's it. And you know what it's going to be? Society will tell you, well, then it's about how good was the dinner you cooked.
We might get phone calls from like Apple and Walmart and Best Buy. We're pulling your sponsors.
Right, exactly. We're never going to be sponsored like this. And you know, I think I might have touched on this last year when we probably did a Christmas episode, where it came a point in my house where you couldn't almost see the tree because there were so many gifts that kept mounting and basically throwing up around and mounting and throwing up.
Look like they were holding the tree up.
Yeah, and John, and like the gifts were now bleeding into like. What is going on here? It's too much. God, it's too much.
You know how much wrapping paper that is to throw away afterwards?
Well, we've obviously lost the whole thing.
Yeah. And unless at some point you realize that, it just keeps going on and going on and going on and going on and going.
I mean, you get to a point.
Yeah, where it's like, how about we realize that now and just and again, we always preface it's. Sure, you want to buy somebody a gift, you can, but realize not everybody's in the position. And people will say, well, I don't expect you to get me something. All right, but I'm going to get you something, right? And that's great. And the person, so maybe this is more for the person who's in the position where you hope that the other person realizes this, but don't, like, if you care about the person you're going to, you want to get them something, you get them something. You get them something that's maybe meaningful to them, or you make them something. Like there's so many ways to do it that don't include you breaking your personal piggy bank to experience this, especially this holiday. If all holidays throughout the year, I mean, then Christmas is the most where, you know, money spent, I guess, financially. It's a very taxing holiday, you know, for people. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know we sound like a broken record right now, Mana, but I you know, you could see it. You could see this through such a different lens and experience this holiday through such a different lens if you kind of park what society keeps forcing down your throat about it, or tells you that it has to be a certain way. And if you choose to experience it in that way, that's great. If you choose to say, I want to buy the gifts because I enjoy doing it, then do it. That's great. That's fine. But we're just trying to make the point that that's not what this holiday is really about. Like, that's not what life's about. Like, it goes like the holiday is, I guess, an example for a bigger picture of what life really is. It's not about what you're going to give me, right? It's what you mean to me. It's the relationship we have. It's like, you know, I'd rather sit and talk with a friend and just be with somebody that I care about and just be there for them and with them and be like, you never need to give me anything, like birthday, holiday, Christmas. I don't need something with a bow on it. But what I do need, or what I would like, is you.
Right.
That's what I want. I would like you. As long as we're both on this earth, I would like to experience you in our relationship. And that is the greatest gift that I can have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So basically, you just quote the great Mariah Carey.
All I want. Don't say. I just got a call from Best Buy. They canceled our sponsorship.
Yeah.
There comes Walmart, and there comes Tesla.
Yeah, you know, if we keep going like this, we're not gonna.
We're not about that, right? This is not why we do this show.
Yeah, we don't suffer for that. You know?
No, we don't suffer for that because we don't.
Yeah, we don't
get it anyway.
No, but truthfully, this is.
It's easy to do because.
But you always said, and you're the one that really helped me. Let's say stay on the track. You always said, "Who cares?" Like this. Who are we doing this for? Right? Who? Who cares?
Are we doing it to get? Are you doing this to get likes? Are you doing this to get, money from sponsorships? Because then you have to cater to a certain. You have to cater to a certain demographic to try to reach them. Whatever. You have to change the way you do things in order to hit that. Or you can say we're doing this because we enjoy to do it. It's important to you. It's important to me. We love to do it. It's beneficial for us and for the people that do listen. I'm yet the day might come, we might get I'm yet to hear from somebody. You guys suck. You're the worst, and everything you talk about makes no fucking sense.
Right.
And please stop it because it's nonsense. I'm yet to hear that. I might hear if you do, I do. I'm yet to, but hey, listen, if you do, you do. That's absolutely fine. But it's you might not understand it completely. Maybe you do. Maybe it resonates on high levels. But we do it because we care about it. We do it because we care about it. So Best Buy. I'm joking. Wavango. Hey, Best Buy. Wavango. Mawate.
I got VFC.
Yeah, no. Anyway, enjoy your Christmas.
Yeah,
enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy the day. And if you're in a place where you're having a hard time feeling that joy, be present with the people around you.
That's right.
Don't expect the moment to feel different than it actually is. Don't force the feeling, right? If you're somebody going through a hard time this holiday, which there are many every year, I don't know, I'm sure at some point in your life you've been, I know I have had holidays where I just could not find the magic. If you're somebody who's experiencing, I'm not going to say you're depressed, I'm not going to say you're anxious. If you're experiencing anxiety, if you're experiencing some sort of sadness right now, understand that it's there. Don't wish it away. Be present with the people around you. Be present with them. Don't expect it to feel different than it is. And you might surprise yourself, and that joy and that enjoyment will naturally bubble up on its own. And you will get lost in the moment of experiencing that holiday. And for a few hours, you might forget, and I do forget in quotation marks, you might forget whatever it was that was making you think you needed to feel a certain way, right? So if you're going through something hard this year, just be there, whoever you're with, whatever friend or family or whoever you're with. If it's just you and your dog, be present with just be present wherever you are, and you'll notice that you will experience the moment as it is, and in that is so pure that whatever you think was bothering you, all of a sudden might disappear for a little bit. And you'll be like, wow, I didn't even think about that for the last 2 hours. And that'll teach you something. How is it you could forget something and because you were present? You didn't forget it. You just stopped giving it attention.
Yeah. Perfectly said.
Yeah. So if that's you, man.
Perfectly said.
Enjoy it at the level you're at. That's it. I don't know. How do our hats look?
I think we know how our hats look, John. I think
I'm like hot Santa. I don't know about you.
Yes. I think we
ho,
provided a visual aid that everybody in this episode be like, what are they fucking wearing?
we might get the most views, not because of the content. Did you see these two morons wearing Santa hats?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't done any random acts of kindness,
great idea.
This is a good time.
Yeah.
Literally, by the way, again, no money. Nothing to do with money.
It's easy to give money, especially if you have it. It's easy to go, yeah, write a check.
You want to hear something I did today? And not to pat my hand back. This is just, number one, to give an idea. Number two, to share with all of you something out of the norm. There's a girl who used to be my next door neighbor back when I used to live in East Brunswick growing up. So she was my neighbor for about 9 years or so, or 8 years. And of course, we were little back then. We were like teens. Not even.
Oh, when you were a kid,
right?
Not when you lived there when you got married.
No, we're like teenagers.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I left there when I got married. Yeah, so I was like in teens going into early 20s.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Long story short, we didn't really get to hang out much and all, and she's probably watching if not. But anyway, we're Facebook friends. Because
it's easy to stay in contact with somebody through that.
Like that.
Absolutely.
Well, I know that she works at Verizon, and I know she put out this statement on Facebook saying, I know that some people are going through some hard times, but where I work, we provide services for personal or for companies, and our services have been showing that we're saving money, and our product is good. If you would consider giving me a chance to look at your technology issues, whatever.
Yeah, I got you.
She's making a nice pitch for business.
Yeah.
So I don't have much interaction on Facebook, in general, but I took it, I liked it, and I shared it. And I guess she was thanks for this. And I was like, absolutely. Because if I can push her message to my circle, why?
Oh yeah, and that's especially if it's something that you or someone you back or believe in, then it's easy to share that, right?
So I think that's a random act of kindness, cost me nothing. And she was like, I see you. Thank you. Right, because that's what you kind of want, right? So it's like if somebody were to grab our universal lens, post it on there, and we're like, thank you for sharing, thank you, because it's a random act of kindness. It just that you'll feel when that thank you comes in, it's genuine.
Man, those two words for me,
right?
Go so genuine thank yous. I know a lot of bullshit thank yous in life, but genuine thank
Right.
you. A genuine thank you goes so far.
Yeah, and it costs nothing.
And that's a word that, by the way, I think our society has lost in general. People, I don't mean our society. I think I'm kind of getting stereotypical when I say that. I think people in general have lost the pleasure of using that word with somebody that they care about, or in general. Just it's become almost it's expected to do something.
I love how you phrase that.
It's expected. No. Let me tell you something. Nothing in life is expected. I do something for you. You do something for me because either you know me, you care for me, or you're trying to help me in one way or another. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. And if more people said thank you, I appreciate it and meant it. Not the bullshit. Listen, I grew up in Brooklyn. Not the bullshit. Hey, fucking thank you. No, thank you, but thank you. Like, wow, thanks, man. Like, holy, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. That person, when you say it to them, is going to be like, I want to do more of this. Like, I want to do more of this. Yeah. Not because it makes me feel like I'm a god or I'm great. That felt nice.
Yeah.
Like warm, like Grinch when his heart grew 6 times that day. Boom, 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 boom. And he goes, I'm feeling it. It feels good. So tell somebody thank you. Tell somebody I appreciate you this year. Do the circle of friends thing. That's what we were talking about before. Good idea.
Yeah,
I think you should do that.
Literally, a random act of kindness. Do the circle. If that doesn't knock on the door for you to feel the holiday spirit ish, then honestly, if you're doing those things, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it no matter what's going on, because that basically overpowers any negative or any stressful thing that's going on. Even if for the moment it does, it takes it right over. That becomes, let's say, first position.
Yeah.
That thank you, that feeling of gratitude, like, whoa, whether it's given to you or you give it comes first position. And then there's the stresses and the worries and negative stuff.
And carry it beyond the holiday. Carry it beyond the holiday. Everything we've talked about today in today's episode, carry it to New Year's, after New Year's, in January, in February, when there's no more holidays. Make it a part of your life and see how you invoke change in your life when you do that. See how things start to change around you when you do that. When you put that out there, see what comes back to you and see how the people around you start to change, right? So, yeah, Christmas is a beautiful time of year. As any day is a beautiful time of year, but Christmas tends to have that feeling around it, just naturally because of the holiday. So experience it where you are, how you are. Show somebody some appreciation. If you at all can, don't stress the boxes with the presents in it,
right,
and make it about something greater than that. And you might surprise yourself and find something that you forgot years ago.
Yep.
I don't know. That's all I got.
The mic has been dropped.
No, it's attached to the table. Actually, can't. but or else proverbial mic drop. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't know. You have anything else?
Nothing. Have very Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you around this time you celebrate, and of course the New Year, and of course Chinese New Year. I get it. But listen, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
When's Chinese New Year?
I think in February.
Oh, we'll do a Chinese New Year
I
holiday.
think in February.
That's fine.
And
everybody gets a turn in life. That's the beauty of it.
yeah, because I believe Hanukkah passed. Right?
Hanukkah's over. Yeah,
Right.
I found out. I
So-
was talking about it today with somebody that said it's over.
Very simple. Whatever this means right now, wrapping up of the calendar year.
Happy holidays.
Happy everything, bro.
Happy holidays, right? That's the easy way. You know, sometimes, whatever. So it's Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah.
And that right there, that should tell you, if you're a mindful person,
yeah,
and you said to me, "Happy Hanukkah," and I'm not Jewish, be like, "Thank you,
thank you,
because I know what you meant."
I know what you meant. Yeah, I don't have to.
You don't have to be.
Yeah, PC, politically correct. I get it, but whatever. You know, it's so if you don't know, Happy Holidays is a good way to bundle it all up and just chuck it out there. There you go. Whatever works for you, just take it out of the bag. It's fine and beautiful. It's great.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So, everybody from my world and from my experience, have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday season. And we'll probably try to do one next week at some point before the new year. We'll try. If not, you'll hear us in 2024. As Henry will say, in 2024.
Yeah, well, that's saying whatever the year is, it's 2024.
And we started out with 2022, 2023, and it's John in 2024.
It's true, man.
Hopefully, we'll be saying in 2048.
Hey, it's true, man. It's true.
Yeah.
The world gets wackier and wackier every year, right? So.
Yeah, it's all right.
And Ringo Starr said it best. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Is that what he said?
Ringo Starr, I tell you.
He was from Ringo Starr was the
Beatles.
Oh, okay, I was going to say something. I want to say too loud in case I'm wrong.
The Beatles, the drummer. And he goes, peace and love. And he was like,
oh, is it when you were saying that he gave out
he said, he wrote somewhere like on someone, he goes, the first 100 people to send me their albums, I will autograph. And then they flooded him.
Yeah, sure, because only 100 people were going to do that.
Yeah. So he goes, I'm not signing anymore. He goes, I've already signed over 1,000. He goes, I'm saying this with peace and love. Peace and love. He's like,
stop sending me.
Kill me.
So peace and love, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Have a very joyous holiday with your families. May they be bountiful, present, mindful, aware, and loving. And if you can, put a hand out for somebody.
Yes.
And make somebody else's holiday that much brighter.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's finish it off like we usually do. A few minutes of silence, as I'm sure everybody checks out here. But if you don't, see, you're the one who's going to get farther.
Yeah.
You're the one who's going to get there. Okay.
This is where the money's made.
This is where the gains are made. Listen to us to talk. That's the fun stuff. This is where the gains are made. All right. Okay, everybody. So all right, let's take a couple of deep breaths. If you're seated, that's fine. If you're standing, if you're walking and you're listening to this, please do keep your eyes open if you're walking. But just keep a soft gaze if that's the case. And just let's bring our attention to our breath. Let's start with our normal inhale, hold, and exhale for those few seconds. Hold. Exhale. Again, and as you inhale, hold, and exhale, just keep our attention on our breath. No matter what's popping up, just keep bringing our attention back to our breath. And you'll notice the slowing down of the thoughts eventually. If your mind comes up with something, that's fine. Refocus back to your breath. Brings you back to the only moment that is ever happening, the present moment, where life is experienced in real time. Keep breathing. If you notice any tension in your body, like we usually do, just release it. No judgment. keep that focus on that breath, noticing as we inhale and our lungs fill up, noticing as our diaphragm is full, and then noticing as we exhale and collapse our chest. Just take a couple of more. Last one. And exhale. And slowly open your eyes. Keep doing that if you want, or else everybody. Merry, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Buon Natale to all my Italian brethren out there.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Whatever works for you. It's the only two languages I know, so apologies. I'm not going to butcher anything else.
Boas festas in Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese. Buon festas. That's Brazilian, right? Yeah, Brazilian. I live in Portuguese. All right. What else? Stay safe. Eat.
Drink,
enjoy.
be merry.
Drink. And be present.
Yeah. Eat, drink, be present.
Be present with a T, not the gift.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, everybody. See you on the flip side. The insights and discussions that we speak about on our show are our own opinions and based on our life experiences. If you or someone in your family or someone you know is suffering and in need of help, please get them that help through medical attention or seeking proper therapy. Again, what we speak about are based on our experiences and not intended to be taken as a form of therapy. Thank you.